Hey, welcome to Tiny Mike Micro News. I'm your host, Lindsay, and sometimes my friends call me Elsie, sometimes they call me Linz, and sometimes they call me just to check on me. Because your girl has been known to not respond for a while and to get really down. I recently got a request to talk about mental health, and I am so excited about it because mental health is close to my heart, and it's close to our minds whether we're aware of it or not. We all know life is going to happen to us. Sometimes life isn't going to happen to us the way we want it to. And it's not really about avoiding the discomfort of the things that we don't want to feel. It's about learning how to. It's about the tools that you need to not get lost in the dark. Anyone who knows me well knows that 2017, well into 2021, were some hard years for me. Then there was the pandemic stress and the isolation. I'm surely no stranger to spiraling. But at some point in 2020, I decided that I was going to look back through the previous year's journal. And I noticed that I talk a lot of shit about myself. So I went and I got my Tupperware bin full of all of my journals that I've been keeping since I was in high school. And I've been saying the same things about myself for a really, really long time. I felt embarrassed and I felt so ashamed. But luckily, I've been to enough therapy to know that I should look at those journals not as my own and see what happens. I 10 out of 10 recommend therapy, by the way. But I did end up imagining that those journals were written by someone else. Another girl in her teens, her 20s, and then into her 30s. And it broke my heart. And I don't want to sit here and pretend like I reread my journals and my life suddenly changed. Because no, not at all. And it would be a gigantic lie for me to sit here and present myself as being fully healed or at peace with the entire package that is me. But what I started to really understand is that we can get pretty trapped by all the shoulda, coulda, wouldas of life. That it's our mental health that is targeted by what society tells us is good or right. Now, I want to show you guys a movie clip. I have absolutely no idea what the movie is about anymore, but I saw it in my mid-20s around the same time that I started to become aware that my life wasn't turning out as I'd hoped it would. And this 10 seconds of dialogue was the beginning of a much bigger truth for me.
Through something, which
I don't
means...
think you understand what it's been like for me out here, how the life I'd hoped for. It's huge to finally embrace the life you never planned on.
Embracing the life you never planned on. And why that's so important is because it's from embracing where you are, what you are, who you are, what you've done, what you've not done, that brings you to acceptance. And that sometimes painful embrace of radical acceptance is where you begin to redesign your life. It's from that acceptance that you learn how to let go. And letting go frees you up to make different choices. Letting go frees you up for change. And part of our mental health relies on what we allow ourselves to release. I personally believe that one of the biggest lessons in life is learning to let go. And letting go at its core is loss and trust. And to lose and to trust will always be brave. Which leads me to the last thing I want to talk about. At this point, I'm sure you've all seen the news about Miss Simone Biles choosing her mental health over perceived external success. I read an article yesterday where these men were bashing her and the support that she's received. And I want to flat out say that that is the wrong message. It's outdated and it's steeped in white patriarchy grind culture. There is no win that's worth more than a life, and there is no quality of life without peace of mind. So they asked, why is that brave? Because it's brave to tell the truth about yourself. It's brave to tell the truth about how you feel. It's brave to face what you don't want to accept. It's brave to heal, and it is brave just to try. And it's brave to support each other. Because remember, there is no voice too small to be heard. So keep your ears open, keep your heart open, and we'll see you next time on Tiny Mike Micro News.